With the festive season around the corner, I thought we'll go for something sweet today. And we will be making Hakuru pudding, Jaggery pudding or Wattilapam. And the ingredients that you will need for it are
5 large eggs, 400 ml of coconut milk, which is approximately half a coconut, pinch of salt, pinch of nutmeg, small piece of cinnamon, 4 cardamom cloves, and 1 cup of brown sugar or jaggery.
So the first thing that we would do is crack all of the eggs, and I like to use another bowl for it just in case one piece of shell gets in, and we don't want that. So now we're just going to beat the eggs and make sure to mix all the egg in well. So once that's done, you're going to add the brown sugar. And I have here 1 cup, but I'm just going to add it in little by little because I want to know how sweet it'll be. If it's too sweet, then we can adjust it. So just a little less than 1. And again with the whisk. Okay, that was quick. A little more of the sugar. So next we're just going to add all of the coconut milk. Alright, next I'm just going to add in a pinch of salt, and this is just to balance out the sugar, maybe 2 pinches. And then mix all that in. Using a hand whisk, it gives you a better feel for the sugar if it has not, like if you're using jaggery, it takes a while for it to melt, but because jaggery is not so easily available for me, I'm using brown sugar. And even with brown sugar, there are different kinds, so really you have to try the different options and see which one you like the best. But you want a dark flavor. The molasses in the brown sugar, you want to be able to taste that in the pudding. So next we're just going to use a mortar and pestle, and I have a small one here, and powder the cinnamon and the cardamom, and I've got the nutmeg already powdered, but if you're using fresh nutmeg, then you would just grate a little bit of nutmeg for yourself, okay? So just break it up, and once you have the cardamom pods opened, you only want the seeds. So just gonna get rid of. You're looking for cardamoms that have the black seeds, and those are the most aromatic. Okay, so now once you have this cardamom seeds and the cinnamon, I'm just going to powder it up. Rather a coarse powder, not too fine. Just a tip when you're trying to get a mortar and pestle, it's nice to have a small handy one to grind up spices. I also have a coffee grinder. Coffee bean grinder that I use to grind spices, and that works very well. But for very tiny, small quantities, a hand mortar and pestle is beautiful. But you're looking for something that's heavy and made of stone, preferably, and you definitely want the inside to be made of stone, because when you turn it like this, then it powders more easily, whereas some of the other ones where it's stainless steel, maybe it looks all fancy, but if it doesn't have the stone inside, there isn't enough friction to grind the powder. So that's just a tip. Alright, so here we have the powder. And as you can see, it's not a very fine powder, but if you can go a little more than this even, that's fine, but you don't want it any coarse than this. So I'm going to dump all of that with the nutmeg, and then all of this goes in to the egg mixture. So now everything is in the pudding that needs to be. So it's a good time to taste test and see if you need any more sugar. And if you think it's a little too sweet, you can add just a little bit more of the coconut milk. Or if you can also try to balance it out a little bit with a pinch of salt, because you do need salt to bring out the flavor of the sugar. So now I'm just going to transfer it to its oven-proof bowl. So now just give that a good mix, because the dry spices tend to settle on the bottom. And then once that's done, it's ready to transfer to a bowl. So make sure that it's an oven-proof bowl.
So now just cover it up with a piece of foil, and it's ready to go into the oven.
So now it's been partway through the baking process, and I still have about 20 minutes to go. I've just taken it out of the oven, and it's, as you can see, it's a little bit solidified, and now is a good time for me to garnish it. So I'm using chopped almonds today, but I like cashew nuts the best. So if you have chopped cashew nuts, and it should be unsalted, not roasted, you just top them on the top of the pudding like this, as much as you like, just to make it look a little pretty. That should be good enough. And I'm going to put the foil back on and pop it back into the oven for the remaining 45 minutes of the baking time. Some of the other garnishes that you can use are raisins, but my kids don't like raisins, so I can't use it. But the raisins work well too. Alright, so now it's out of the oven, and I had initially set it for 45 minutes, but then I had it taken off the foil and baked it at the last for about another 10 minutes, just because it sort of made a little well in the middle with the syrup floating on top, and I wanted some of that syrup to evaporate. You could use a flat dish, and then it comes out, you can cut it out in little squares, but I like this for presentation. And the pudding is done. You see that it wobbles just a little bit. It shouldn't be too wobbly or watery. And you could do the skewer test just to see that it comes out clean. So this is it. It's done. The Hakuru pudding. I'm going to let it cool down and then pop it in the fridge, and we can enjoy it later. It can be eaten warm as well, so what I usually do is put it into the serving bowls, and whoever wants it warm, I just pop it in the microwave for maybe about 20 seconds or so. So there you have today's recipe, Hakuru pudding or Wattilapam. Enjoy!